Porter Creative presents an unabridged recording of Jesus, Germs, and the Great Commission. How I Learned to be a Nurse and a Christian at the Same Time, by Faith Christie. Read by Gayle Porter. Scripture quotations are from the ESV Bible, the Holy Bible, English Standard Version. Copyright 2001 by Crossway, a publishing ministry of Good News Publishers. Used by permission. All rights reserved. Introduction. Why I wrote this book and how to use it. Although I talked to a lot of nurses before becoming one, and asked enough questions to be irritating, I quickly found out that there was a lot more to nursing than anyone had ever told me. As a new nurse, I searched for a book by an experienced Christian nurse that would help me deal with the spiritual aspects of nursing. I found many faith-based books, articles, and professional journals that told me to keep quiet about my faith because it was unethical to share the gospel with the sick. However, there was nothing about how to be a Christian when facing death day after day, the constant lack of closure, or feeling exhausted from keeping other people's secrets. Now, I understood the fear of acting unethically concerning religious coercion, but the gospel is always unethical by the world's standards, and there has always been opposition to it. Jesus said that this would be the case. In nursing, you could lose your job, but in many nations, you could lose much more, even your life. So the general ethos that I should leave Christ at the door and keep him out of nursing completely was perplexing coming from sources that claimed to follow him. And after my search was over, in addition to being incredibly frustrated, I still didn't know how to respond to the real spiritual questions I dealt with every day as a nurse. Later, when I searched my memory for the stories that made me feel the most successful as a nurse, or the most inadequate, I found that there was a spiritual thread woven through them. I had learned so much about my faith as a nurse, discovering the humility of Jesus in a whole new way, but I also wished that I had prepared more for my patients' spiritual needs. How could I prepare for what I would face except by going through it? I wished someone would find a way to tell others how to get ready for this spiritual stuff before they found themselves at the foot of the bed looking into the eyes of a dying woman who wanted to know where her soul would go when she died. What could I do to help? My answer came when I nearly died during a medical emergency right after nursing school, and the experience taught me how spiritual life and death really are. I realized that I could not begin.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?